Welcome in to Power Talk. Well, I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, giving you the Dynasty Mad League top 10 users of this season. Now, I couldn't do this show alone, so I got two of the OGs joining me. Without further ado, first up, joining me on the show is I got OG Nasty Newt, the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. What's going on, Nasty Newt?
Not too much, man. Happy to be here.
Next up, we got the homie who jumped on multiple shows with me, man. The Bus, the owner of those Chicago Bears. What's going on, the Bus?
What's happening, man? Let's get it.
Man, we about to break down the DML top 10 users of this season. Guys, tune in. It's about to go down. Now, listen. My co-host right now is getting it raw. They don't know who made the list. They don't know what guys dropped. They don't know anything. So they getting it live just like y'all is right now. So without further ado, let's dive into the guy who cracked the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 10, we got Kirk and the Green Bay Packers. Now, Kirk and the Green Bay Packers have been playing okay this season. Right now, they're currently ranked 20th in points per game, putting up 20. They ranked 25th in the DML with yards per game, putting up 283 yards, and he ranked 22nd on offensive points per game, allowing with 22 points. Now, this is your division mate, the Bus. What's your thoughts on with Kirk coming in at the number 10 slot in the DML top 10 users?
Man, Kirk, to be honest with you, I'm really surprised to see him there. I'm guessing it's just based on, his current record this season, but Kirk is a pretty average user, I think. I think he's more into...
Keep it real, man. Keep it real, man. You run the show, keep it real, man.
Hey, man. Hey, okay. I'm going to keep it real. I think Kirk is more into developing players and not winning games. His main focus is talking about his running back. Is it Colbert? I think that's his name. Injury-prone Colbert. He was so focused on getting him to be like the first 99 overall player that was drafted. So I think Kirk needs to turn his focus on winning games and trying to win divisions versus just developing players and stop complaining about the game, man. I'm always in chat with him. He's complains about everything. But, as I mentioned before, man, I mean, I've seen it before where he started off like 6-0, then he ended the season 6-10. So I'm sure this is how it's gonna be this season, man. I think he's ahead of me one game because he beat me in overtime. But Kirk know I'm coming. Yeah, I'm not losing no sweat, no sleep over where he's at. So it is what it is, man.
So what's your thoughts, Nancy, on Kirk coming in at number 10?
Man, just looking at his stats, it looks like, man, he has a smoke and mirrors game going on right now, man. He's not ranked in the top 10 in anything, which is strange for me to see him on this list, to be honest with you. Points per game 20th, yards per game 25th, and the points per game is 22nd. That to me, that doesn't scream I'm a top 10 user during this season right now. I don't know his record right now, but maybe that's what put him on the list at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with both of y'all. I think the people showed him a little bit love because of the record that he has. He's currently sitting at 5-2, and he's ranked second in the NFC, so NFC conference. So I think he got a little bit of love because of his record. But just to piggyback on something the Bus said, he was so focused then on getting that running back and just like it was like you got a brand new car, right? And you riding everywhere in it. Don't got nowhere to go, but you just driving everywhere. Like you coasting. See my new car. You want to phone everybody. You offering to pick people up now. You just want to show it off, but you losing focus on everything else is around you. You're not paying your mortgage. You forgetting about that. Forgetting about your cell phone bill, stuff like that. So I think that that caused his team take a crazy L, man. But he just Aaron Rodgers retired, so that freed up a lot of cap. So I'm looking forward, to seeing what type of moves he's going to make. But I definitely think that he got this number 10 slot because of that record that he's holding right now. But moving on, coming in at number 9. Oh,
I see you moved on, and I see where we at. But right now he's playing the Seahawks. He's down by 7, so I look for him to be 5-3, and this is where the slide comes in.
All right, so the Bus called it first. But coming in at this number 9 slot, we have your Chicago Bears, the Bus. coming in, cracking the number 9 slot. Right now in the DML, he's ranked 3rd in points per game, putting up a whopping 38. He's ranked 9th in yards per game, putting up 360 yards, and he's ranked 28th, allowing 30 points per game on that defensive side of the ball. Now, the Bucks, I'm going to give a little insight on why I think that the people put you at number 9. Now,
gotcha.
in previous seasons, me and you have talked multiple times, and I always tell people, when you go out there to the Chi-Town, don't drink that water, because I've never seen a defense that does so many magnificent things that the Chicago Bears defense has done in previous seasons, where they can hit stick you, make you fumble, scoop the ball with one hand, in the same motion, stiff arming the offensive player and run 60 yards for the touchdown. You know, dive, slap the ball out the air, flip over, catch it. They just do crazy stuff out there, you know. But I'm noticing this year that your offense is balling out, because there always was a defense, a mindset out there in Chicago. But the question that I have to ask is, I see you allowing 30 points per game, which this is my bottom to me. Is it because of the fact that you was playing in the beginning of the season, you was playing mid-level / bottom tier users, and you know, when you get into those type of games, you just want to come up and knock people's heads off, give them donuts, you know, give them nuggets. Did you lose a little bit of sight on the defensive side of the ball? That's why, you know, you coming in ranked 28th in offensive points allowed per game?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Out of all the games I played this season, I haven't been satisfied with none of them. It's every game has been like either I'm getting destroyed or I'm destroying somebody. I haven't been able to find that balance where my defense pretty much steps up, and I've never given up 30 points per game. So the defensive side of the ball needs to really get it together, man. And I'm shocked. Sometimes I'm shocked even to have a winning record the way we've been playing. I gave up 60 points to the Cardinals. So I got them nuggets. I set myself some nuggets, and I said, "Hey man, ain't nobody else gonna see me no nuggets. Let me send my own nuggets so they fresh, and I know where they came from, and I can get my own sauce." But on the defensive side of the ball, man, we just got to get it together, man. So, I don't know, man. We got to get the defense ready. The offense has been playing well because I've been really getting back to my style of ball, my style of game. And what happens is this, man. You just like you mentioned with Mr. Kirk, you get some new weapons and you want to use them. I got a new quarterback. He's accurate. I want to throw the ball with him. I drafted a star wide receiver, so you want to try to get him the ball, and then you go away from what you're good at, which is running the ball. Everybody know I like running the ball. I'm gonna run it if you know it's coming. I'm still gonna run it. So if we can get the defense playing what the offense is, we'll be all right.
Okay. So I guess, man, before we move on and move off the defense, what do you think the problem is on defense for you?
I really think the problem on defense is I'm not getting the pressure that I normally get, and I think Mr. Noop can probably vouch for what I'm saying because he has the Sack brothers over there, and the sack total is down, man. The pressure's not getting there. I drafted a rookie cornerback who's like 73 overall. And I'm like, shoot, I'm going to throw him out there to the dogs. Well, the dogs ate him up. And he's back. I'm going to have to move him to the slot and let him play right there because he just wasn't getting it done, man. But that's the main issue, man, is pressure. Pressure busts pipes.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I understand, man. This game is built on pressure. If you can't get pressure on the other team, man, it's pretty much a wrap for you. And I'm experiencing a lot of that this season.
Yeah, I'm agree with both of y'all on that, man. But moving on to the number 8 slot, we got Matty Ice and those Philadelphia Eagles coming in. Right now, he's ranked in the DML 4th in points per game, putting up 33. He's ranked 8th in yards per game, putting up 321 yards. And he's ranked 4th in opponents' points per game, allowing 16. And that's you. I'm going to come to you on this one right here. Matty Ice is a user that's usually either ranked in the top 5 or 6. Right now, he dropped pretty much 4 slots. He's coming in at number 8. What's your thoughts on why the people brought him in at number 8 on this list, on the top 10 DML users of this season?
Man, to be honest with you, I have no idea why Matty Ice is this low on the list. Maybe I'm gonna have to see who's ahead of him, but just based off of where he's ranking on his stats, man, that alone would put him in the top 4 for me, man. Just looking at that, because he's playing defense, he's playing offense. What more can you expect from him at this point? For him to be at 8, that's kind of low for me right now. Like I said, I want to see the rest of the list.
Yeah, now I'm gonna go to you on this one right here, the bus. Do you think sometimes who you play, meaning right now we all know we ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Nobody in his division can contend with him, just flat out. You know, you got Westside Pablo, who seems to be right there when you look at his roster as far as how stacked it is, but then when he plays him on the field, it's a total different story. Now, he did drop 80 points on HBO, gave him a 50-piece with an extra 30 for free. You know, that was crazy. I think that's a new record in the DML for most points scored in a game. But do you think that the people understand that his division is weak and the people that he's playing, even though his stats look magnificent, but they're not buying the hype because of the people that he's playing, and also he's not being able to protect Josh Rosen this season? And so you think the people are throwing all those things in the factor? That's why Matty Ice came in at number 8?
I mean, that could probably have some influence on his rank right now. But I mean, I think Matty Ice is a pretty decent owner. But just like you said, there's nobody in his division right now that's really compete with him. Now, I think the Giants has the talent. And he should be able to compete and even win this division. But then, you know, you also got to look at, you know, I think it seems like Matty Ice is playing this season. He wasn't playing last season, so I don't know if you got that picture of a tank rolling around. You know what I'm saying? But last year it was a tank mode, I think. This year he's playing, and I mean nobody's not surprised in him putting up 80 points on HBO or skunking. I mean, I like Under's game as well, but right now that division is pretty much his. But I would like to see the Giants keep playing and pretty much take over that division, because they can. They got the talent.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, man. Like I don't even want to talk about that Giants roster, man, because it makes me want to cry sometimes. It makes me want to just go in the room, dim the lights, grab a couple. And just start sipping, because there is so much talent out there, man, in New York, and it's just like Westside Pablo, take advantage of it, man. But it is what it is. We ain't gonna spend time on guys that's not on the top 10 list, man. So moving on, we got coming in at the number 7 slot, we got Sweets 99 and those San Francisco 49ers. Right now, Sweets is ranked 10th in points per game, dropping 30. Ranked 4th in yards per game, putting up 341, and ranked 3rd in opponents' points allowed per game, giving up only 15. That's Sweet. One thing I like about this Sweet and his GM skills is every single season, no matter if it's this season or if it's high stakes or if it's just, you know, a season leading up to high stakes, this dude puts together the best team that can compete every single season. And he's one of those users that I pay attention to that gets top production out of his guys. Like, you know, whether if it's a guy that can run short route, he's not going to send him on deep route and then try to chuck the ball to him 50 or 60 times per game to say, dang, man, it's not blessing me. Why ain't this guy getting open? Why ain't this guy catching the one passes? So it's kind of shocking to see him rank, 7th on the list. But what's your guys' thoughts on him coming in at 7th?
Well, for me, I think this is a good spot for Sweets, man, because I think some of the shine is coming off of him at this point, just because he's made it to the Super Bowl so many times and he just hasn't been able to get over that hump. So maybe people aren't believing in him anymore. So this may be a good spot for him at number 7 until he's able to prove himself and finally raise a DML banner within the DML.
Now, speaking of that, what was your thoughts? The bus. Last year, when you seen the San Francisco 49ers team in the Super Bowl, like, did you feel like this was his moment? This was his time to actually finally raise that banner in the DMO? You just was like, nah, this Sweets, man. It's gonna be something we want to sit back and just watch some chip and dip and just enjoy this game, enjoy Tyreek raising this banner. Like, did you count him out before the game even started, or did you actually get that feeling that this was the time that Sweeps was gonna raise that banner?
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. I honestly didn't think he was gonna raise the banner, and it's mainly because if you watch Sweeps in the playoffs, he plays nervous, like most of us do. Mm-hmm. And if you watch some of his play calling, it's kind of like, man, I'm not used to seeing him make those plays or make those passes when he know he shouldn't. And then, like I said, I've known Sweeps for a while, and in many leagues that we're in, Sweeps has the name Sweeps Marino. And he didn't get that name. He didn't get that name for no reason, because he gets to the big dance and he can't perform. So, I just didn't think he was gonna pull it out. Now, does he have the talent and capabilities to? Yes. But hey, man, it's just like all of us, man. We get in the playoffs and we start sweating. The controller gets sweaty, and then next day you look at the score and the game over, you done lost. You're like, oh well. On to the off season.
One thing I want to chime in about Sweeps is I actually looking at this San Francisco 49ers team. We have yet to see this whole team as a whole complete unit from when the beginning of the season all the way to the end of the season to postseason. All their guys are 100% healthy. So I don't want to count him out just yet, because it seems like every time when the postseason starts, everybody on his roster need milk. They need vegetables. They need their vitamins. They need everything, because they just start dropping off like flies. If you blow in Foster's direction, he out 17 weeks. Like, it's just ridiculous. So I think Sweeps needs to lock in on getting his guys healthy throughout the whole season, and then when the postseason starts, keep these guys healthy, because we have not yet seen this whole San Francisco 49ers team as one unit in the postseason. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. But, made it on the number 7 slot. Sweeps got to ball up in some cases. But moving on. Next up, coming in number 6 slot, we have tight work in the Miami Dolphins. Now, this right here, people, is your defending DML Super Bowl champ from last season. Right now, he's ranked 12th in points per game, putting up 28, ranked 14th in yards per game, putting up 299 yards, and ranked 8th in opponents' points per game, only allowing 18 points. Now, I'm going to come to both of y'all. Whoever want to answer this first. just slap the buzzer, smash the buzzer, do whatever y'all want to do. But the reason why I think that the people brought tight work in at number 6 is because tight work game is one-dimensional. I'm just putting it, his offense is one-dimensional. If you can stop the run, which a lot of DML users are starting to tune into, tight work gets very uncomfortable. They don't. Well, I want to answer this. Do y'all agree or do y'all disagree on that?
Well, I can agree on that, but the fact, it always comes back to, you may know how to beat somebody, but can you execute to stop his run? That's the big question. And a lot of people can't seem to stop that run, because he is kind of balanced. He'll run, but then he'll hit you with that pass to kind of throw you off balance. I played him several times. I thought I was in the game pretty early on, but then got to the fourth quarter, he pretty much wore my defense down, and he started running it down my throat. So that's the thing. Can you do it for 4 quarters? So until somebody else beats tight work, I think he may have should have been a little bit higher on this list. He is the current defending champ, so I kind of take issue with him being at number 6. For me, he would have to be somewhere at maybe top 3, top 4 at the lowest. But I can understand, why some think he may be at number 6 during this season right now. He is sitting at 5-3. So
yep, 5-3.
That's interesting.
What's your thoughts on it, the bus? Now keep it real, man. Keep it real.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I personally think tight is very balanced, as Noop said. Yes, the run, creates other opportunities in his offense, but I think for somebody who's just catering, who you can say cater to the run, that tells me when it comes to like those third and longs or those passes, that it's hard for them to complete those plays and move the chains. But when you're balanced, you really don't know where to attack a team from. And like Noop said, being that Tight Work won the last Super Bowl, I don't think he should be at number 6. I'm looking at maybe top 3. But if you're looking at his record now, he's, as he said, he's 5-3, and he's lost to some teams that he probably shouldn't lost to. Mm-hmm. But hey, we all know this is the regular season. Now, a team like this, you don't want to see in the playoffs because now you're dealing with a different animal. Mm-hmm. It's almost like, hey, just let me get in. And then like my man Boobie Miles say, hey, if you want to win, hey, let me spin, coach. Mm-hmm. So you just got to get him in the playoffs. That's it.
Yeah, and that's something I want to piggyback off of. Like, I think that, watching Tight Work play, I mean, I've seen it on multiple occasions, and I'm not going to give away no free chicken because I played, I ain't going to give away no free chicken. Just know that I understand the points that you pointed out and that Newt pointed out, but I see flaws in his game that the reason why he's at number 6, because when we can go through this list, y'all going to start to understand, y'all going to start to see why the people dropped him at number 6. But moving on to the number 5 slot, we got SJ and he's coming in. Now, SJ's right now currently ranked 7th in the DML, putting up 31 points per game. Ranked 19th in the DML, putting up 308 yards per game, and he's ranked 12th in opponent points allowed per game. Only allowing 20 points is not bad when you're putting up 31. Now, Nasty, you got a chance to play these Houston Texans this year. What's your thoughts on SJ coming in at number 5?
Well, I think this is a good spot for SJ at number 5. Some people have hit me in the DM and have started labeling him the toss king because he's tossing it to the left and he's tossing it to the right. Now, when I played him this season, that's pretty much what he did the entire game, man, and I couldn't stop it. His wide receivers were blocking like nothing I've ever seen before. They were holding blocks all day, man. So his guards were pulling out. They were getting good lanes for him. He was setting it up, and I just couldn't stop the run. So he pretty much ran the ball down my throat. And I even think, man, we restarted like 3 times, and on that 3rd time, man, he pretty much gave me a donut that game, man, because I couldn't stop the run. I could not stop the run. So I think this is a good spot for him, man.
All right, now, the bus. Some people, they've been tossed around a lot. But what I want to ask you is this, and you keep it real. Can we label SJ the Lurk King in the DML? Because it seems like no matter what linebacker SJ has out there on the field, if he's using him, there's a 90% chance if you throw in his direction, he's going to pick it off. So can you let the people know the answer to the question? Is SJ the Lurk King of the DML?
That's a pretty good label for Mr. SJ, because if you remember when he moved Clowney to middle linebacker, Clowney had quite a bit of interceptions, and last season I think he had Kruger McGill, I think his name, who was up there, and I think at least in the top 2 as far as interceptions. So he's not only does he lurk on the field, hey, he lurks off the field as well. And when I say this, I'm saying he lurks in the transactions. Now, if you notice, when somebody cuts somebody, I guarantee you the Texans are going to pick him up. So, hey, he's lurking on the field and off the field. So, yeah, definitely the king of lurking.
So, the people got to answer to their question. SJ, you are now crowned the Lurk King of the DML, man. But coming in, moving on to the number 4 slot, we have the Schemer and the New England Patriots. Now, we got some new blood on this top 10 list, but right now he's ranked 6th in the DML, putting up 31 points per game. He's ranked 2nd in yards per game, putting up 381. He's ranked 7th in offensive points per game, only allowing 18 points. Now, Nancy Newt, you're the commissioner of the league, man. What's your thoughts on the Schemer, a new blood, cracking the top 4?
Man, it's good to see, man. I've known the Schemer for a minute. I remember when he was back in the Blueprint. He's always thorough in everything that he does and the way that he likes to build his team. You know, we question a lot of the moves that he makes, but it seems the moves that he makes seems to work out for him. So I'm glad to see somebody that's new to the DML making this list, man, and he's pretty high. I still think he has the Dolphins' foot on his neck. He still hasn't crossed that hurdle yet. So until he does that, I still believe Tight Work should have maybe have been in this 4th spot, or if not higher, and maybe I would have switched the schemer to the 6th slot.
The schemer knocked off Tight Work this season.
Yeah, man, but until you do it when it counts, man, until you win the division, you know, it is what it is.
The schemer got to win a division, baby. Them single individual wins don't count. You got to win a division, baby. And then we want you to bust. What's your thoughts on the schemer coming in at number 4?
Like if we just looking at this season, maybe, but the schemer, man, the schemer plays well. He does what works for his team, for that old veteran team that he has over there. So you got to think about when he's passing, it's always going to be a drag somewhere in the route, and he just plays weird, man. I'm telling you, I played him numerous times, and when I'm playing him, I'm always scratching my head trying to figure out what he's doing, but what he does seems to work versus me and other people. But as Noop said, man, until you win that division, I probably wouldn't have put him over Tight Work.
Yeah, I'm at the piggyback on something you just said when you say he plays weird, because there's some guys in the DML that I had faced. Yeah, I could be like, okay, I see he's about to run. All right, cool. Let me get my defense ready. I remember one play when I was playing the scheme. He had like 3 slant routes. I was like, what were your reasoning for running it? I don't get it, you know. But it worked for him because he got a touchdown pass on that play. But he just runs a different game style, you know, than other guys in the DML. And the reason that I think that, you know, in my opinion, why he cracked the number, landed in the number 4 spot is he's bringing something different to the game. Like, you know, if you look in certain leagues and some leagues, pretty much some guys run a lot of the same stuff. And if you look at the schemer's game, you know, from when he came to the DML up to now, every single season it looks like he's taking off another notch. You know, he's playing defense well, he's playing offense well, he's adding in this player right here, he's bringing in guys, you know, that some people would be like, oh no, that guy's washed up and he's getting top production out of him. So right now, man, you know, because it's only for, as far as the list is for this season. As of right now, you know, he's balling out. You know, he's balling out right now, and he's leading this division. So let's see him come at the end of the season, man. If you'll be in there holding it down, getting that first divisional crown. But moving on, coming in at the number 3 slot, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Expert. Right now, they're ranked 2nd in the DML, putting up 39 points per game. They're ranked 15th in yards per game, putting up 339 yards, and they're ranked in offensive points allowed 17th, only allowing a total of 24 points per game. Now, this is a slot that Expert has came accustomed to coming in either the 1st slot, 2nd slot, or the 3rd slot. He usually finishes in the top 3. Do you think, watching this Jacksonville Jaguars team, Nasty Noop, this offense is finally catching up to the pace of that high-powered defense that we grew to seeing out there in Jacksonville?
It's interesting. I think so, man. I think Expert is finally starting to get his groove. It's tough though, man, to be honest with you, because you know, to me, I still don't know who he is. Is he a power run team, or is he a passing team, or is he more balanced? I really don't know. I don't know what his identity is. I watched him a few times, and I see that he likes to pass the ball a lot. And then when he does, that's usually when he gets in a lot of trouble, I guess, against good users, when he starts to lean heavily onto the pass. But for me, I think number 3 is a good spot for him at this point, man. I'm still trying to figure out who he is and who he wants to be, so I'm figuring that he's still trying to do the same thing, man. And once he decides who he wants to be, I think that's when he'll raise another banner.
Gotcha. Then, what's your thoughts on Expert coming in at number 3?
I think it's a pretty decent slot for him. Expert plays. I mean, three. I can understand that, but I'm gonna keep it real, man. I think the game is good for Expert when he's winning. When he's not winning, it's a trash game, and I'm tired of it. Hey, let's like the game whether you winning or losing. But pick 3 is a pretty decent slot for him, man. He's raised the banner. I'm surprised we haven't seen it posted in chat these last couple of weeks, because when he first won the banner, it was like an everyday thing for him, man. But maybe he's seen everybody else win these banners, man, and maybe theirs look better than his, so he's just waiting to try to win another one.
Watching this Jaguars team, I'm gonna just be flat out honest. The reason that this team is benefiting is just Madden is just showing his team love. Like, that defense is just stacked. I'm just being, it's just stacked. It doesn't lack a hole in any position. When you got a linebacker like Miles Jack paired with Calvin Smith, with a secondary they got Jalen Ramsey, and I forget his other cornerback that he had on the opposite side of the field from Jalen Ramsey. Madden just tends to just shows that defense just love. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, Expert is definitely, he has made some huge leaps, because before, he added the passing game, it just was, before he added Dak Prescott, it just was ground and pound with Leonard Fournette. Now he's mixing in the passing game, and he's getting top production out of DJ Clark, who he's finally learning how to use, and this other little speedster that he has out there. So I think on the defensive side of the ball, he's getting mad and love, but on the offensive side of the ball, he's making moves to where as though he can put his team in the best position to win. Now, Expert has to understand that, in my opinion, sometimes, man, when you in this game and you going up against top tier users, which I see a lot of guys starting to do this, and I'm trying to add that fire back to the league. I'm getting tired of hearing, I lost because I faced a top tier user. No, that's like Kobe going up against Jordan. He's not coming into that game saying, I'm going up against the GOAT. He's coming in that game with the mindset that I want to win. Not, all right, well, if he knocked my head off, I got my blanket to fall back on. Oh, I lost to a top tier user. No, you lost because you lost. Flat out. So guys gotta understand, man, have that mindset like, yo, listen, like, I don't care who you is. I don't care if you got 20 banners. I don't care. I'm going to knock your head off. And if I lost, I'm not going to say, well, I lost because he was better than me. No, I lost because I lost. Like, and guys are just wrapping themselves up in that security blanket. If I lose, I can say, the guy he was the top tier user in the DML. No, I'm tired of hearing that, man. Tired of hearing it. Ball up. Let's get it. Let's bring that fire back to the league, man. And let's just get it. But I'm gonna cool my mic down a little bit, and man, we're gonna move on to the number 2 slot. We got KP and the Kansas City Chiefs, man, coming in at the number 2 slot. Right now, they're undefeated in the DML, 8-0. They're ranked 7th in points per game, putting up 31 points. They're ranked 5th in yards per game, putting up 383 yards, and they're ranked 2nd in opponents' points per game allowed, only allowing 14 points. DML, if y'all have not noticed, y'all better open your eyes up right now. All that stuff that y'all be hearing KP saying is nothing to see over here. I'm over in Hawaii chilling on the beach. I'm out Paris by the Eiffel Tower. Like, y'all better wake up. So this dude is squeaking under the radar, and he's hitting that stride right when he needs to be. Because I played against this team, and they're stacked on both sides of the ball, man. And KP not slick, man. Like, he's one of those guys, man, that hop in somebody's DM, come to offseason, next thing you know, they're trading him a player. You be like, what was going on? Like, when did this negotiation went down? Now, I don't know what him or Matty Ice be saying to these people DMs, what they be putting in there, what they be giving them, but they seem to always be able to make money moves. And what's your guys' thoughts on KP and these Chiefs, man, getting back to that women's style football that KP knows?
Hey, well, first off, man, I want to send a shout out to KP, man, for sending me that cornerback. At first, I wanted to call him an oil snake salesman because I thought, and I told him this in the DM. I thought he sent me a dud, but that guy has been balling, and I want to, I want to put that out there, man. KP is he's a good guy to trade with, man. He'll do you right, man. But I'm not surprised, man, to see KP at number 2, man. I always. For me, it was just like, when is he going to get back to that level of playing, the KP ball that we got used to in 17, man, when he was just dominating the league. So, just based off these numbers, man, he's playing 17 ball right now, man. He's a defensive-minded guy. He has one of the, if not the fastest wide receiver in this game. So, that helps stretch the field. I just made a trade with him, so I gave him Smith. So he has 2 of the best halfbacks in the game right now. He has Ito Smith, and he has Goose Geese. How do you pronounce his name? Geis. That he went out and I told him I thought he overpaid for Guy since he doesn't even like to run the ball. But just to even have that double-headed threat in the backfield, you have to play him honest. So what are you going to do? Are you going to play deep, or are you going to worry about the run? So he's pretty much got everything covered, man, to where you just can't focus on one thing coming out of Kansas City. You actually have to try to outthink him and outplay him to beat him at this point. And one reason I guess nobody's been able to do it, man, he's sitting at 8-0. So
yeah, because I'm going to tell you right now, like when I played him, it was just like you mentioned, either stop the run, or do you want to get some donuts put on your head, or I was like, or some nuggets. I was like, nah, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna drop my cornerback back, and he was just pounding that ball. So you gotta pick your poison when you play, man. But what's your thoughts on him coming at the number 2 slot, the Bus?
I think it's a pretty decent slot for him because obviously he can't be number 1. KP is actually playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best I've seen him play this cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it's because he's getting people in that actually fits his system, and we all know he likes speed. As Newt mentioned, he has fast wide receivers, he has some fast corners, some running backs who can get the job done. But I mean, I just want to see how he plays once those injuries start kicking in, and then we'll see how he's able to withstand some obstacles down there in Kansas City. But right now, he's playing lights out, and it's probably not a team that I would want to see. So number 2, fits him real well.
Okay, I gotta agree with that. But for now, before we crack this number 1 slot, we're gonna do a quick review of the DML top 10 users. We got Kurt coming in at number 10. We got the Bus coming in at number 9. We got Matty Ice coming in at number 8. Sweets 99 coming in at number 7. Tightrope coming in at number 6. SJ coming in at number 5. The Schemer coming in at number 4. Expert coming in at the number 3 slot. We have KP and those Chiefs coming in at the number 2 slot. Now, number 1 slot, which comes by no surprise, it had to be this guy, Eddie and those New Orleans Saints. Right now, the Saints are sitting at 8-0. Second team that's undefeated in the DML right now. They're first in points per game, putting up 43 points. First in yards per game, putting up 437. And they're ranked first and only allowing 13 points per game. Now I'm gonna come right over to you, the commission, Nasty Newt. You played it. You've been playing this guy. This is a division mate. And what's your thoughts on 85 and the Saints cracking the number 1 slot on the DML top 10 user list for this season?
It's pretty much expected, man. Eddie's playing some good ball, It's number 1 across the board. It's really not too much I can say about it. I don't think I even think when this show started, man, everybody pretty much knew who was going to be at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to say I'm not from Wisconsin, so I'm just here to play some football. That's it.
All right, the Bus. Nancy, you picked the high road out. Now, what's your thoughts on 85 and the Saints coming in at number 1 slot?
Hey man, we knew who the number 1 person was gonna be, and that's Addy. and he's playing well. I think he's won 2 Super Bowls so far, but we focusing on this season. He's playing real well. So the only thing I have gripe about is the people that help him get to number 1, and that's the people who be trading him pieces that he needs.
Oh my God!
I'm calling out the Broncos right now. Like, we all know Addy like that fast receiver. Why in the heck would you trade him a receiver so fast? Nobody trades those type of players to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go back to under, because he was in that I don't care attitude when he made that trade and gave Addy a top 10 pick. So, Addy should send them guys some thank you cards for giving him a top 10 pick and a fast receiver that he needs to, pretty much stretch the field. But
listen,
hey,
man, this is how crazy this is right here. I'm so happy you said that. It's something different when a guy has to go out and draft pieces that he needs, or give up a little something extra for pieces that he needs. I'm going through the stats in the DML, and I'm looking at the wide receivers. I'm like, what's this wide receiver right here? Like, I never even, you keep your eye on top 10 receivers in the league that that you saying guys DM constantly about that you want. I'm like, this guy had 400 something receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. Who is this guy? Like, what's this? And I go and I look at the transaction line. I said, Denver Broncos. I'm like, why? If you seen that he lost J.J. Nelson in the offseason, why he equips him with another fast wide receiver? And you see how this guy game style is. Don't make things harder for the DML. Make things easier for the DML. Then what was given up for the wide receiver just was like, wow. But just looking at the way that the Saints is playing this season, I think that he had some humble pie last year when he lost to Sweeps in the NFC Championship. And I think that he's playing now with that chip on his shoulders behind some more motivation, because it's like, when you're used to, when I ask guys this all the time, not just Addy, just guys period in the DML, when you're used to winning so much, you're used to making the playoffs every season, you're used to having those crazy seasons. What more type of motivation can you bring to the game to keep yourself locked in and focused? Like, for example, the Bucs, every single season that division is yours. So what type of motivation can you bring to the locker room every single season to keep the guys locked in on not losing focus on knowing that, all right, we're going to take the division this year every single season, and potentially having that threat sneak in and knock you off, like, or over there in Atlanta where you got the Falcons who, I better pay attention, who's making some moves to get their team come high stakes, ready to contend. Like, what type of focus can you bring to keep the guys locked and engaged? So I think last season when Addy lost to, the 49ers in the playoffs, that woke him up. And now looking at the stats this season, he's balling out on another level, man. But that's the DML top 10 users of this season. We have Addy coming in at number 1, KP coming in at number 2, Expert coming in at number 3, the Schemer cracking that new blood coming in at the number 4 slot. We got SJ at the number 5 slot, Tight Work coming in at the number 6 slot, and we have Sweets 99 coming in at the number 7 slot. Matty Ice dropped down to the number 8 slot. The Bus dropped down to the number 9 slot, and Kirk, who the people feel as though had a good record, deserves the number 10 slot, man. That's the DML top 10 user list of this season. You guys got any closing thoughts to give to the people that didn't make the list?
Man, my closing thoughts is this is a copycat league. Your best bet is to go see what the top users are doing and then try to copy it, because I'm starting to notice, man, when I play people, I'm starting to see everybody is doing the same thing. And like I said, I think for me, it's not football, so I won't do it. It's just something that I'm just totally against. But like I said, man, go see who the top users are in the league, find out what they're doing, incorporate it into your playing style, and then you'll see yourself on this list.
So just copy and paste. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, just copy and paste.
Just copy and paste, man.
I'm gonna piggyback off of Deion, man. I agree with some of the stuff he's saying, but I also think when high stakes come, you're gonna see a lot of different styles, because with all these different playbooks that you're gonna have to use and not have a custom, that's when you're gonna see, I think, guys who can really play and guys who, like to try to, get by through the deception, I'll say. But I'm looking forward to high stakes, man, because I've already got my playbook. I've been using it for the last few months, and hey, I'm gonna be ready to roll, man.
And my closing thoughts for the guys that didn't make the list. Just ball up, man. All that being humble, you just bending over to take it. That's why, man. Like, that's why some of you guys are just not excelling in the DML, because y'all just like, it's just a bunch of excuses. We all know the game trash. You're playing the same game that you're playing. We all know that sometimes the ratings do matter. Sometimes the ratings, we understand all that. Like, just if you lock into the game and stop locking into the bitching and the whining and the moaning, like, come on, man, it's alright. Just relax. It's not that deep, as I always say. It's just a video game. But I appreciate y'all jumping on the show, man. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray. We out.